Hello, this is the review of Poco F4 GT, and this is done as a not professional review. So this is why you will not see a proper scene and you see my cat even judging whatever I'm saying. So first of all, this is the what is named the Cyber Yellow edition. As you can see, it's already packed. And not being a professional review, obviously, it is done uh, by myself. And first of all, why did I get uh, this phone? So this phone, I get it because from time to time, I'm upgrading my phone. So the previous phone I was having, and I can share it, it was an HTC Honor, which had a very high-end specification around 3 years ago, which was Kirin 970 if I remember right. And to me, it was that time of the generation when the phone got kind of 2 times faster, or close to two times faster towards the upgrade. But if I would say what would be my typical experience, which I'm looking for a phone, and it will be a phone like this one. So this is, I'm not sure if people know, there was a time when Windows was making phones, and this would be a phone which I would be very happy with. And what's so good about this phone, it had a decent camera. This is, I'm not sure if it's written pure view Zeiss or Zeiss. And just to say, I would be using in my past, let's say, a phone like this, which is snappy enough, a goodish camera. And after that, I will get just iterating. And I would not want to get a too pricey phone and to have very close to high-end specification, but to not have the very best, but a decent camera. So is it this phone delivering this? And maybe you can't see it, but because you can see what it's seen versus the real thing, you can see that the colors reproduction is quite accurate. It has some more modes in the camera. It has some professional settings. Okay, so this is the first thing, that my camera was checked. Are specification good? This is the higher end edge of the specification, so this is the 256 gigs of space and 12 gigs of RAM. And to me, I think this is the only one worth buying it, and I think they are priced like it. But if you buy a similarly spec'd Samsung, for example, which was also one of my options, the price would be 400 euros more or something like that, which I thought is not worth it. Maybe some people have their affinity. Other parts which I heard about Poco phones, or that they have ads, too many of them, I didn't notice in this model. And also, as I was jumping from these Honor phones, so let me spin the camera to see this Honor phone, which I think still looks excellent. The how to say, the base phone basically, it's really has as many as an old Huawei phone, which was a high-end one. What else would you notice? First of all, I don't have any games. I have many-ish applications, and let me put them kind of side by side. What would I miss, or what would I see? So the first thing which you would notice is that if you launch a site, and I will use a larger site like, let's say, Facebook. These sites work close to instant. The same happens if you start YouTube, for example. The speed of internet may be the issue, but YouTube would start quickly. So the larger applications definitely start much quicker. and it's visible. The other part which you will notice, but you'll notice mostly when you go back to the older phone from which I'm recording, is that this screen is 120 hertz or refresh rate, and the old one would be 60. So you'll notice this, and I'm not saying that you have to have 120 hertz, but you'll just notice like a small lag. What else? You'll see basically no upgrade on screen resolution, and I think again it will not worth to bump the price, let's say on a Samsung device. But the single two downsides which I've seen from compare on a, let's say a higher end specification phones are two things. So this punch hole, uh, uh, okay, not this one. So you see this punch hole for the camera. The camera is excellent to do a selfie. So let's go back to it. It does. It really reproduces a lot of detail. You can see. I'm not sure if you can see, but it really gets really very sharp images. But the idea that you have this hole looks a bit cheaper compared with other devices. So the Honor phone which I had, it had it kind of here in the corner, and it's not so visible, let's say so. And also it looks to me it doesn't have such of a good one-hand mode done, but these are just tweaks which I think may be fixable with an update. And the other big downside, and I've seen this in many phones, is you can't see at all the jack hole, and even this Microsoft phone had one, even it's USB Type-C. So this one is I think 5 years old phone. This is kind of 3 years old phone. So this phone of today doesn't have a proper jack, and it gives to you an adapter in the box, but I think this is made to in a way that is to broke the cable inside it or to be lost. It's very easy to do both, and I think this is a shame, honestly. But excluding that, kind of in every other place you'll see an upgrade. I will do one thing. Let me look like a 4K, the 4K HDR demo button. Okay, so let me pick this one. So the screen is also HDR, and technically it's visible, but you really have to look about it. And this clear sharp image, you can see it even the room is well lit, so the quality is really excellent. You'll not notice anything kind of bad on it. So if I would say for the next generation F5 phones, probably this pinhole could be put maybe on the side. This is really nitpicking, and probably I hope that the industry will find a way to use at least some way the USB Type-C directly as headset. Maybe the technology will go like that. These are the kind of two main misses I've seen. Some people would comment very likely that this is a gaming phone, and I agree. And really, I have just one game on it, and it's not important in the strictly thing. It's okay. I will not show. Basically, I'm playing a very lightweight game, and even it is a gaming phone, I don't care. I didn't buy it for games. I bought it for looks, to be fair. So this looks, it's the cyber yellow, and I like cyberpunk theme, and I work in security, so cyber security or whatever. So this was probably a reason I really like this sharp design lines. But if you drop all this fluff, it is a very, very good phone, especially as a high-end. and giving to you a nice experience all around. Would I recommend to you to buy this phone? Oh, I'm definitely on the camp that you shouldn't buy the low-end version. So you should buy the 256. Also, it gives to you by default 12 gigs of RAM. And my old phone, so from which I'm making the recording, there was the same distinction between 6 and 8 gigs of RAM. And I'm noticing, for example, when you do browsing on a heavier site, let's say Facebook, and just scrolling, sometimes it will lag a bit. It will have a hiccup or something like that. So if you use as a site, not the native application of let's say Facebook or Gmail or something like that, and sometimes I'm preferring it to not install all the apps of the providers, you may notice this 8 to 6 to 8. So probably in 3 or 4 years you'll notice from 8 to 12 gigs of memory. Okay, what do you think? Would you want a Poco G4 F4 GT? Sorry. Did you have any bad experiences with Poco? This is my first Poco phone, to be very clear, but I had, as I said, Huawei. I had in my old past also a Samsung S5, which sadly was stolen. Um, and but all in all, as a workaround, I think it's really a well-balanced phone. Thank you. Bye bye.